How's it going? I forgot that I need my iPad, so hold on just a second. I'll be right back. iPad has been acquired. Let's see. So, everybody coming in? Hi, Brian. Hit that like button. We got 6 viewers right now. Everybody hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. I just came from the theater. Just watched Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm not going to give any spoilers here, but I got to say, fantastic movie. Stay until the very end of the credits. You do see a mid-credit scene, or a mid-credit post scene, but there's also one at the end of the credits. Everybody left the theater except for Sylvia and myself, and so we're the only two in the theater that saw the post-credit scene. So if you're going to see the movie, stay till after the credits. That's all I'm going to say. I just realized how sketchy this looks with the stuff here. There's just some stuff set up against here, but that's okay. So 13 people. Everybody hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Jeffrey Taylor's here. Reliant 1864. Ozzy, Brian. So yeah, comment away. Let's talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Who here has seen Ghostbusters Afterlife? Let me know. Fantastic movie. I gotta say, movies, like I said, there's gonna be no spoilers, so don't worry. Movies never really give me the feels, the vapor. But this one punched me in the feels twice, and even had me tear up, which never, ever, ever, ever happens for me in a movie. So, yeah, if you're a Ghostbusters fan, definitely check it out, and definitely stay till the end. Hezraz is here. Reliant says he's seen the new Dune film. I have yet to see that yet. Still haven't seen it, and that's just the way it is. Jadok is here. Hey, how's it going in Australiaville? Hope everything is good. So, Feargal011. Australia is so far behind North America. Dune won't come out for 11 days in cinemas. Yeah, and I hear you're not getting Ghostbusters Afterlife right away either. A lot of international places won't. I heard even months. That sucks. New Dune film I felt was a good one. Ghostbusters was awesome. Ghostbusters was awesome. Mr. Captain, I do have to ask you, did you stay till the very end of the credits? Not just the mid-credit scene, but the end credits. Like I said, everyone in the theater got up and left. So just me and Sylvia there, and we're like, I've heard there's an end credit scene, so we're gonna stick around. And it's the end. It's like it almost feels like there's not gonna be one, and then there's a pretty long one actually. So, but that being said, I'm not gonna spoil it here. I do want to talk about the film at some point, but I'm not going to talk about it now, so don't worry, there won't be any spoilers. So rest easy, my friends. Nightmare Productions says greetings. Jedok says, hey man, I have good news. Matt is helping me learn how to master Blender to make better models. That's awesome. I knew he would, so that is cool. I only saw the mid-credits scene. Yeah, don't walk out. Don't walk out. Especially these big franchise movies. Marvel's taught me to stay till the end pretty much every time. And I had heard that there was one, so. And at the end, as it's scrolling and it's getting to the end, I'm like, there might not be one. Everybody else left the theater. But thank God there was, so. Yeah, Reliant, did you change your prefix code? Probably a good idea, all things considered. I have a little pug beside me that I'm petting. Yes, I know, Puggins. I know. And now you're on my lap. Yeah, hi. Yeah. Talking about you. Yeah, talking about you. I know. It's so exciting. You're trying to bite me now. You're trying to bite me? You want to play? He's a bad dog. Oh, you got your sloth. Yeah. She got a new toy today. She got a sloth. Oh, let go. This is her sloth, and she's attached to it. You want your sloth? You're gonna get it. Ooh. What you gonna do? Oh. She loves it. Feargal, we just saw No Time to Die, and no spoilers. Yes, do stay till the end of the credits. Mr. Captain 93, I always wondered why Starfleet didn't use the Enterprise prefix code when Kirk was stealing the Enterprise. Because Scotty would have been smart enough to change it. So how was the first episode of Disco? Will it be worth the wait until next year? I guess you'll have to watch our spoiler-free review. We did a spoiler-free review for the first episode. You should be watching Trekyards. That's all I'll say. Ryan says, what is up? Almost sounded like Boogie2988 there. What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is Boogie2988 coming at you live through the power of the internet. Little Puggins. Hello, I'm a sloth. I'm here because, well, I have a new friend. It is the pug. Puggins, do you want to play with me? Yeah, she does. Let's see. Oh, you shy now? You shy? Don't want to play? Want to play with the sloth? He's gonna kill it and crush its head. This is the way. Anyway. Try to get some half-decent framing. Again, sorry for this stuff here, but it's just stuff from the basement. Got my one monitor here, and then my Trekyard sign that I took to the Geeky Craft, the Geeky Holiday Market thing, the little mini con convention that we had here. So, Jedek says, I don't want to be spoiled. That's why I asked if it's worth the wait. Then I said, go watch our spoiler-free review. We did a spoiler-free review of the first episode. Go watch it. Hezraz, haven't seen any movies lately, but I did finish watching tonight's Doctor Who episode, and it was good. No spoilers, but it would have... But if they would have written episodes now, like they would have... Now, they would have not lost so many viewers. Glad you're happy. Oh, more rant alerts, please. I need to be in the mood to do rant alerts, so unfortunately that means I need to be pissed off at something or ranty, and it's not necessarily the best state for me to be in. But yes, there will be more, don't worry. Broken Speakers watching Free Guy, another great movie. Cute Pupster, Pug Attack. Pity Olivia isn't watching. Has anyone seen the new Expanse trailer? I have not. I'm still like not done season 2, so. Who's the man on the horse in the background? Just a night. Just a night. Yeah, nobody in particular. Mazarus, evening Captain Foley, great balanced rant on your personal channel the other day. Thank you so much. I had comments on it like, oh, that's the best way to deal with toxic comments. Make a toxic video. It wasn't a toxic video. Nothing about that was toxic. It was just a rant video. And there's a difference between toxicity and comments and videos and rant videos, or talking about a problem videos, I guess. Mr. Captain 93, without spoiling things, I don't trust the new Federation president. I do. Jedek says, one bad thing happened to me today. I snapped a tendon in my right ankle. I was sent home to heal. Well, that sounds awful. So sorry to hear that. 24 people watching, 22 likes. That's pretty good. Some people out there haven't hit that like button yet. Please do so. And Janet goes on to say, but watching my brother from another mother on YouTube makes me feel better. Aw, thanks, man. Broken speaker. Something I was thinking about the other day. How many officers versus crew members are there on Federation starships? Was a random thought while not being able to sleep the other night. Most of the FASA and beta canon stuff from the 80s talk specifically about that. Like a crew of 430, there's 80 officers and a certain number of enlisted or whatever, I forget. But yes, the officers are, for a ship like the Enterprise, I believe the number was 80. It might be less than that, but yeah, out of 430, so hopefully that helps. There are a lot of, schematics and blueprints and stuff that have the crew member counts on them, enlisted and, whatever, so there you go. Dale says, what is Trekyard's usual turnaround on email replies? Depends. Right now, we're pretty busy. Samuel's got a lot of film work to do, and depending what the email is about, if it's about a Trekyards original or a ship design or a question about ship modeling, those are all handled by Samuel pretty much. Anything else will be handled by me, but usually it's pretty quick, within a day or two. But that being said, with us being busy and Samuel being super busy, he might get to it in a week or 2 weeks. Sometimes he can take a little bit longer to do that, and that's perfectly fine. There is no real set turnaround time for that kind of thing. So if you sent us one, just let me know what it's about, and I'll go check and see if I can reply to it sooner than later. Jadek says, remember, it's the enlisted that makes the ships go and the officers just bark orders. If you say so, man. Xbox 3000. I had to choose between the Shenzhou and Disco Prize model. I was told only one. I got the Disco Prize. The decal sheets are crazy. Oh, so the model, so the polar lights are the round 2 models. Good choice, I guess. It is a cool looking ship. I haven't seen the decal sheets for it. I will not be building that model. It's ridiculous, beyond ridiculous. Yeah, the scaling is way off. That should be a 1/1000 scale model, but they say it's a 1/2400 scale, and that's just ridiculously huge. It's too big. It's too big. So for the scale, I mean, not for the model. The model is a great size, but that model in any other Enterprise would be 1/1000 scale for like the TOS Enterprise. So Mazarus, I think it depends on the Picard era on ship classification too. On the 1701D, I would think you would have a lot more family in ratios to officers than you would have on the 60s Connie. Yeah, absolutely. That definitely makes a big difference. So Mazarus, yes, they are, X-Bob. The decal sheets completely cover the Polar Lights model. Oh, it's one of the, they're called wallpaper sheets, wallpaper decals. And yeah, the I did the 2400 or the 2400 scale or the Cadet series. Well, all the Enterprises, but the Enterprise D, it's just Aztecian. It's just like wedges of Aztecian for the saucer, and I don't have a problem with them. A lot of people really hate what are called wallpaper decals. I disagree. I think it's fantastic and gives you a really nice finished model look. But yeah, I can see why people are a little bit intimidated by them. But I mean, as long as you're careful and you're using microset and microsol. Microset, you put it on and it softens the decal. It makes it thinner so it looks like painted on. And then the microsol, you put on after the decal's on, and it continues that softening process and sets it in place and just gives it a painted on look as opposed to the thicker decal look. So no worries, just curious. It's about a ship design and 3D model, looking for custom designs for an RPG campaign. That might take a while. That'll be Samuel. I think I remember seeing that email, but that's one my brain just automatically went, Samuel will deal with that. So yeah, that was a few days ago. I think you sent that. So I honestly don't know what to tell you in that regard, because like I said, Samuel has a lot of fan film deadlines for CGI stuff. And this week we had Prodigy and Discovery reviews and videos to do. So he's been busy. So that's all I can say. Jason O, hope I can land a job before January. I want the Cerritos Hero ship. Mazarus. To their credit, the wallpaper decals are a lot tougher to tear and rip, and yes, use microsol. Microsol and microset, and use them in the right orders. You would think that microset would be the second one to use. No. Microset you put on first. You brush it on the model, then you put the decal on, and then once it's in place, use the microsol. You would think that the setting one would be the second one, but it's not. It's the first one. And the micro, I forget what colors they are. There's blue and red. And I forget which one's which. So I have a number. I wrote the number 1 and number 2 on the top of the lid because my brain sees microset, and that's like, if you want to set something in place, use that. It should be the last thing you use. But no, microset you use first. It's really weird, but yes, definitely use microset and microsol. Card games. Do you worry about the decline in viewership because of the lack of quality in the current productions? Do you feel the poor handling of the franchise is affecting the brand? What, Trekyards? No. People are still tuning in the same numbers we've had all along for these new shows. They're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. A lot of the new people, or the people that are newer to the franchise, really enjoy the shows, as do a lot of other Star Trek fans really enjoy the shows. So no, I'm not worried about any of that. So the Dark Lord Revan, if you could pick any actor to be captain of a new starship or Star Trek movie, new characters any era, who you like? An actor to be a captain of a new I hate these questions because I'll inevitably just not think of the right people. I'll miss somebody, or I don't know, throw some actors' names out and I'll let you know, because I just honestly, I can't answer that right now. I just don't know. I got to pay more attention to your posts and lives. I had no way to London, but if I did, I would have came to the vendor con. Also, I followed your mother-in-law's shop page. I saw some cool stuff. Yeah, she's got some really cool stuff. Geeky Sheep Canada on Facebook, guys. My mother-in-law does fantastic, creative little crocheted little creations. They're really cool, so check them out. Well, Roddenberry-based Starfleet, a bit on the U.S. Navy. I think things still might work a bit differently. Yes. Dale Davis says, alternately, maybe a referral to another artist. Well, that's what Samuel will be doing. He doesn't do 3D models himself. He doesn't make them. We have a bunch of people that work for Trekyards that Samuel, he's in charge of the 3D stuff, so he'll He has different artists that he'll give different assignments to for building. So he'll give you the names of people if you ask him. So I like Just Because Live, says Matt. Well, I just saw Ghostbusters Afterlife and super stoked by it, so thought I'd hop on and talk. I'm not going to talk any spoilers about the movie, don't worry. Just, by God, man, stay till the end of the credits. There's a mid-credits scene and a post-credits scene. Everybody left the theater. Everybody left the theater. I had heard there was a post-credits scene, so I stayed. Me and Sylvia were the only ones in the whole theater. And yeah, it seems like there's not going to be one, and then all of a sudden there is. And it's like, oh yeah, that was satisfying. Because I was like, oh, maybe we should go because it looks like there's not going to be one. But no, there was. Starbase is holding off on Paramount Plus till Strange New Worlds. There you go. Raymond Andrews says, how do you like the books? I like them very much. I'm still airing a lot of them out because they still kind of smell like mothball-y. So I'm kind of doing like a few pages at a time. I got to get myself a container, put the books in with some baking soda. Not on the books, just the box of baking soda set in there. It'll take the odor out. But the books are fantastic. I'll be doing a video on them. Don't worry, Raymond, there will be a video coming out about those at some point. I cannot stand the smell of mothballs. So it's, yeah, they're over there. They're kind of airing out. Plus, we're getting stuff back together for the basement. We just ordered all our furniture and stuff and our new mattress this weekend. So that stuff will be delivered like, I think the last delivery is coming in like December 8th. So once I get more of that basement stuff organized, then I can have a place to put the books and get them taken care of. So the car is put away for the season. Yes and no. I couldn't get a storage unit this year for it to store it inside. The place I've been going to for the last like 4 or 5 years wasn't doing the car winter storage special, and they were also out of units. So even if I got a unit at a regular price, they didn't have any. So right now the car's at my dad's place because we have a huge C-cast container in our driveway that has all of our stuff in the basement in it. And then as a result, I can only fit 2 cars. So I've got my Cruise and Sylvia's Altima in the driveway. But the Camaro was out at my dad's place, covered up, got a brand new car cover for it, a custom fit car cover. So it's out there. I'm hoping to get it back here once this container gets pulled out, once it's emptied, to park the Camaro in the driveway for the winter with a car cover on it, which really sucks, but it's how it's got to be. Brian says, hey Cap, I was wondering if you play Star Trek Fleet Command, what you might think about it. It has a lot of awesome looking ships. I played it for 5 minutes and absolutely fucking hated it. The ships do kind of look cool. The commercials are fun with the actors, but the game is just not my cup of tea. So, card games, really good viewership has maintained for you guys. You're honestly at this point my favorite part of the Star Trek universe. Thank you, card games, much appreciated. There's always going to be people that are going to want to watch Star Trek content of all kinds, so we're not really worried about it. We just want our subscriber count to go up. So it's slowly clawing its way up there, so we'll see how it goes. Does Strange New Worlds get a new theme, or will it get a recycled movie theme? I think it'll get a new theme, but it'll have little twangs of TOS. I think it'll just have twangs of TOS, honestly. It'll be a new take on the TOS theme, is my guess. I don't think you'll hear any of the motion picture stuff or the TNG stuff in it, so. Kate MacArthur burgers? No burgers tonight. I just ate a bunch of popcorn and I still have a drink and stuff from the movie theater, so. You know who I'd like to see? A Starfleet captain who is Australian and uses a lot of Aussie language and proper Aussie accent, not Hollywood BS. Well, there you go. Terry West, hey guys, just beamed in. What did I miss? Not much. You missed hitting like. I don't think you've hit like. Actually, you probably have. We have 48 likes with 42 people here. So let's get 2 more likes. Let's get to 50. That'd be amazing. Thank you. Hugh Jackman as a captain. That'd be cool. John Krasinski, Jim from The Office, would be a captain. I would agree. How many have seen The Eternals? I haven't yet. So, War God 6. I wish Book of Fett was a movie trilogy. They are good shows, but I'm more of a movie fan. They can save Solo if they make it a trilogy and learn from their mistake, but always going to nitpick. Always going to be nitpicking. Yeah, I want to see more Solo movies for sure, and I kind of prefer the series vibe instead of a movie personally, just because you can fit so much more in like 6 to 10 episodes than you can into a 2-hour movie. So, yeah. Plus you don't have to wait a couple years. You just wait a week. You know what I mean? War God 6. Morthus looks good. Don't know what Morthus is. I think, do you mean Morbius? Yes, Morbius would be good. Fear Gal. I'd love to see a Japanese crewed Starfleet ship, and Chinese and Korean. Rocky, do you think we'll ever get a remaster of DS9 and Voyager? Yes, and yes, we will at some point. Back when I was like 14, 15, I used to bug my brothers saying, TOS is great and all, but it would be so much better if it had modern special effects. Like, if they could just update the special effects. My brothers were like, you're stupid. That'll never happen. It's too expensive. Then I read an article in Starlog, I believe, that said to actually remaster all the effects for TOS would be more than $1 million an episode, and it's just financially not viable, and blah, 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 blah. And it never happened. And it happened. So, yes, we're going to get that at some point. Needs to happen and will happen. Nightmare Productions. I know this is kind of an unrelated question, but are you excited for Starship SN20's launch? Have you been following what's been going on? No, no, and no. I don't even know what SN20 launch is. My buddy Keith would know. My buddy Blappy would know. They're into the space stuff, the real space stuff, and the launches and all that. Like, they pay attention to that stuff. I don't. Real space stuff just doesn't really interest me. Danny Janey, member for 6 months at the rank of Federation President. Thank you very much, Miss or Madam, Mr. President. President. Thank you. Kat, got any holiday present ideas? I need help. I'm really bad at that. No. I do this thing, which honestly probably a lot of men don't. I listen to my wife, and every time she says, you know what you can get me for Christmas? I'm like, I pull up my phone, I pull up my notepad, and I'm like, Christmas 2021 Sylvia. And I'll write down exactly what she says. Or if we're out at a store and she says, I like that, and she's walking in front of me or whatever, I'll pull up my phone and I'll add it to the notes. So I have a list of things that she's interested in, at least for Christmas. I don't really have an idea of what I'm going to get most people, honestly. I'm really not that great of a gift giver. Yeah, I'm really hoping for, the one thing I did ask for from Sylvia was a Mandalorian Black Series helmet. But that's about all I have on my list right now, so. So sorry I can't help you, Danny Janney. Joseph Cole, hi Cap, glad you had a great night out with the Admiral. Yeah, it was really fun. We've had a busy weekend. Like I said yesterday, we went to IKEA in Burlington, we went to the Brick in London here, we went to Tupperman's in London, we bought our bedroom suite for downstairs. Still looking for a wardrobe, but today we went out and bought a mattress. We got one of the expensive purple mattresses because it'll help my back. So, and then once all that stuff gets here, the basement's starting to come together, so yay. So yeah, we needed to just go out, and Sylvia's a huge Ghostbusters fan, as am I, so had to go see this, and because I've seen so many reviews and stuff for it online that I really want to watch, but I don't want to be spoiled, so I'm glad I wasn't, because I'm not going to give any spoilers here, so don't worry. But I never get emotional on movies. I never tear up. This one made me tear up twice, and it was just two big punches to the feels. So, but like I said, I'm going to say this multiple times. I posted on Facebook. Stick around till after the credits. There's a mid-credit scene and there's also a post-credit scene. Almost everybody has left before the post-credit scene. Like I said, Sylvie and myself were the only ones left in the theater. There were only two of us in the theater for that last post-credit scene. So stay for the post-credit scene. Trust me. Raymond Anders, sorry, old books. They were in boxes in the garage for years. Don't worry, Raymond. I'm not upset. It just kind of took me by surprise because when they arrived, I'm like, what is that smell? And I'm like, oh. And I was looking through and I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's cool. And then I asked Sylvia, what is this smell? And she's like, give me the book. Mothballs. I'm like, oh, yes, thank you. Not a big deal at all. Like I said, they are airing out. They're getting better because I'm basically like separating 3 or 4 pages at a time and letting them sit for a day or two. And that's dissipating the smell. So I got to go through all the pages. And it is what it is. The quicker solution is to get one of these Tupperware bins, which are currently full right now, but get a Tupperware bin, put the books in it with a box of baking soda, open the box of baking soda and just let it sit for like a week. That'll pull all that smell out. So, and once that's done, I will be doing a video, a captain's log on those books that you sent me, Raymond, because those were amazing. I did not expect all of those books. And I've used a few actually on some of the lives and stuff. When we're talking about the Medusans and the Tellarites on one of the Prodigy lives, I had to pull out the Worlds of the Federation books. So yes, the books are amazing. Matt Boardman, they'll probably have Jeff Russo write the theme, unfortunately. I don't know who Jeff Russo is. The name sounds familiar or looks familiar, but the fact that you put unfortunately at the end of that implies that not so great. So Xbox 3000. I'm listening in the background, my back to TV, coloring my Disco Prize clear parts with colored Sharpies, LOL. Well, hopefully it comes together really nicely. I want to see it at some point. Either DM me with pictures of it or share them on the Trekyards model building page on Facebook. I want to see it. Rocky says, do you play Star Trek Online? Any designs you'd like to see canonized? Yes, I do play Star Trek Online occasionally when I get around to it. Haven't played in a long time, and I really just don't have the time to play most of the time. So we do have a Team Trekyards fleet. And as for ships I want to see canonized, at least in the game, the Franz Joseph designs, baby. I want to see a Federation, a TOS Federation class ship. I want to see a Saladin class, or Saladin, the Ptolemy, well, I guess a TOS style Miranda would be cool. Any of the FASA designs would be fantastic. Like any of the side canon stuff that we grew up with, I'd like to see a lot of that stuff canonized. So yes. Smart Smears just came from watching the new Doctor Who episode. Enjoyed it more than I expected. I've been hearing that. I'm not a Doctor Who fan, so I really don't care. But I'm glad that's people are enjoying it. So. Jedek says, I think I know what I'm going to do for your Xmas, boss. Once I get the money together, I'm sending you the money for a bottle of Bundy rum. Ooh, Bundy rum. Cool, then we can have a virtual drink together from one side of the planet to the other. Python TF, should I go to bed? It's 2:16 a.m. and I have to get up for 6:45 for school. Then yes, go to bed. Same time here, so you're in the Eastern time zone. So Terry says, Strange New Worlds must have an awesome departure scene worthy of the motion picture. Enterprise leaves the shipyard and we see her leave Earth, and we get to see Earth space dock under construction behind her. Yes, I agree. Matt Boardman. Jeff wrote the themes and does the music for Discovery and Pickard. I mean, they're not awful. They're not awful. But I'm pretty sure they're going to mandate some kind of TOS inspired theme for the show, so yeah. Smart Smear is not a fan of the black and white color scheme on the STO ships. Along with the designs, it just makes the ships look too video gamey, ironically. I really like the black and white designs on them. I like the black highlights and accents on them. I think it's a fun addition to Starship aesthetic, honestly. So I have no problem with that. I really enjoy it, actually. I've said that a few times when we do videos talking about ships for mission briefings and stuff. I like the look. I like the STO aesthetic. So, but that's me. What do I know? Oregon 6. I paint color the inside of the clear parts. Then I use translucent color on the outside. Depends what look you're going for. I find the Tamiya clear paints, like they're blue, they're orange, they're red, they're yellow. Like the clear paints are phenomenal for that kind of thing. But yes, if you want, like, if you're doing a Bizarre collector from TOS, yeah, you paint the inside and then you do the translucent stuff on the outside. Or you just do translucent stuff on the inside and nothing on the outside, depending on the look you're going for. So, a YouTube professional model maker did the Sharpie thing. I posted the Franz Joseph Starfleet headquarters to your Facebook page. The pincushion looking one. Ah, yes, that's a great design. Any new upcoming Eaglemoss unboxings? By the way, Black Friday sales coming up for game print. If you wanted to get bigger USS Executioner done, usually it's up to 20% off. I wouldn't mind getting some game print designs. I don't know if I'd do the Foley or the Executioner again, honestly. But there are a few of my other ships I wouldn't mind getting. So I might look into that. Eaglemoss unboxings, yes, when they get around to shipping me something. I actually had to buy one. I know, woe is me, I had to buy an Eaglemoss thing. But they haven't shipped me anything. They say they're going to get me a copy of the Star Trek Advent Calendar, which is like a new little thing every day in December. And I've requested a bunch of other things to review, and they're like, we'll get back to you, we'll let you know. Haven't heard back from them. But I do have one thing that I will be doing an unboxing of soon, so I'll go grab that. Hold on. And that is this. The Battlestar Galactica Cylon. But this isn't the standard Cylon. This is the Gold Command variant, which you can't really see in this lighting too well. But it is the gold one, not the silver. There will be an unboxing of this sometime soon-ish. I will say that. Raymond says, would like to play FASA role-playing ship-to-ship game with you and your brother someday. The FASA Starship Combat Simulator, that would be awesome. We never played FASA. The Starship Combat Simulator is cool. Never played it. Never had it when I was a kid. Had some of the 3D, the little models, little game pieces. But never had the game. We always played Starfleet Battles, which is actually a little bit more complicated. It goes into a little bit more detail, and it's TOS era ships instead of movie era. But yes, I would love to try a FASA combat simulator game at some point. It's a more simple or simplified version of Starfleet Battles. So, and that would be fun, Raymond. I would love to do that as well. Terry, the Strange New Worlds themes needs to be an homage to the TOS theme. Yes. Smart Smears. I think I might have preferred it more if the gray and white or gray and black, but a few of them still end up standing out as great to me for the STO ships. Joseph Cole, did you get the La Serena Hallmark ornament? No, I did not. And that's sad to say because I've been getting every Star Trek ship ornament for a good 10 years now or more. If it's a ship and it's Hallmark, I'll get it. I usually had them pre-ordered, would pick them up in like June or July when they first came out, or October or whenever they released them. But no, I'm not going to get La Serena. It's not a Star Trek ship. Sorry, guys. It's really not. I even got Discovery because Discovery at least looks like a Star Trek ship. So I did get Discovery, but no, I'm not getting La Serena. Now, if somebody wants to send me La Serena as a Christmas gift, I wouldn't complain and I would do an unboxing, but I really don't like it. It's not my favorite design by any means. Matt Borman, I need to send you a couple of Ships of the Line calendars. Yeah, I do. XBob 300. I was conversing with Michael Chabon on Twitter, forgetting he was the Picard showrunner. We were talking about Maui, my home, and Hannah, and Jack Kirby art. Oh, very cool. Very cool. By your command. Yes, Terry, it is. It is a sick Cylon. Starbase 1138. Should I use TOS Aztec or refit Aztec or no Aztec on my 1/1000 scale USS Federation? Go with the TOS Aztec would be my guess, or my suggestion. Yeah. Kind of a simplified Aztec, but yeah, TOS style, for sure. 7th Ray 1. What is the coolest class of Federation ship? And why is it the Prometheus class? Due to its multi-vector assault mode. The Prometheus is not the coolest ship. You need to talk to Samuel because he would agree with you 1000%. I disagree. It is a cool looking ship. It's a little bit gimmicky for me, and I'm not a huge fan of the way it splits apart. So that's not the best one. Or the coolest one, I guess. I ordered a few last year from Game Print, the small prints, and they came before Christmas. I might get some. I mean, there are some of my STO ships I wouldn't mind getting, but I probably won't get another USS Executioner one. I think I heard the pug snore. Yes, she did. She's right here beside me. So, War God 6. If anyone has an unmarked 2020 year of the Klingon calendar, I'm looking for a reasonably priced one. I should have got it when I saw it. Yeah, I don't have that thing. Hold on, you know what I'll do? I'll do a quick little unboxing for you guys. I'm not gonna do a review of it or anything, but I'll take it out of the box. This gold Cylon. I haven't done this yet, so I want to see what it looks like. Okay, well, we got the book. That's the gold Command variant. Nice foam packaging, and you can't see fuck all because of the lighting, but that's okay. This isn't really a real unboxing. This is just for you lucky guys, because you guys wanted to join me for a Just Because live, so here we are. All right, so pull off the top one. You can see him poking through there. Pull off this part. Wow. And there he is. It's really hard to see in this lighting, so I apologize. Ooh. Gold. It's gold. Doesn't really look gold in this lighting, but it's gold. Very nice, actually. And he's got his little gun. The thing that kind of irks me about this, in all honesty, there, I put his gun in his hands, there you go. The thing that irks me about this is it's the, yes, it's the gold command variant, but it's the exact same sculpt, the exact same book as the standard Cylon, the silver one. But there he is. And he's got red in there, but again, you can't see it because the lighting. There we go. So I'm going to put it back and pretend like I've never seen it out of the box for when I do my unboxing. But legit, this is the first time I've opened it, so just for you guys, because you guys are awesome. Can I even get it back in the bucket? There we go. All right, so expect that Eaglemoss review probably in the next month or so. I don't know when, but let me get this book back in here. So. There we go. It looks really nice. I can't wait to do a review of it and put it on a shelf. Speaking of, my new filming location downstairs, I'll probably have shelving behind me, and I'll be moving, every video will have a different Eaglemoss ship or something, so I can change up the background. So, something to look forward to, I guess. Fluebug says, it's okay, my Chihuahua snores too. Always sounds funny. Yes, my Chihuahua snores also, but not very often. She's just over there, so. GT Gamer, Captain, who would win, Fantastic Four or Doctor Doom? I want to say Doctor Doom, because he's got some cool, scientific, magical powers. I forget what they call it. XBob3000, has anyone ever done a cosplay Klingon death metal band that plays actual instruments and original songs? That would be cool as fuck. Not that I'm aware of, no. Ooh, Captain, don't know if you're Mego figure fan, but I saw that they have a Locutus, Q, and Saru available. I've seen them at Target. Yes, I've seen Locutus, I've seen Q. They also have a Riker. They've got I think there's a salt creature. There's a few at the Toys R Us that I got. Plus they have big Megos. I've got one upstairs for an unboxing. I bought it at Toys R Us the other day when I was out with Michael Mercy. If you haven't checked out Michael Mercy's YouTube channel, check it out. Just Michael Mercy. He does toy reviews, but they have the big Megos. There's a Spock, a Kirk, and a Gorn. And I picked up the Gorn. I cannot wait to show you guys. I would go grab it right now, but Sylvia's sleeping upstairs, and I'd have to get into the room beside her, and I don't want to wake her up. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that. Seventh Ray, Battlestar Galactica versus Starship Enterprise. Any version, who wins? Enterprise. Terry says he can hear the sensor. Yes. By your command. The Cylon sensor. Woo, 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 woo. Your new Section 31 moon base. Yes. What did I miss? Took the dog for a walk. You missed nothing. You didn't see an unboxing of anything. You didn't miss anything. It's fine. Fluebug, do you have the XL Eaglemoss Enterprise D? Yes, I do. And I believe I've done a review on it. There should be a review. I've got a whole list of Eaglemoss reviews. There's a whole playlist. So just type in Trekyards Eaglemoss XL 1701D or Enterprise D. I'm 95% sure that I've done that one. I do have it. If I haven't done the review for it yet, I do have the model, but. Joseph Cole, the Lost Serena's design may have looked a bit more like a runabout, according to the Picard novel Rogue Elements. Its pontoons are an add-on. Also has a history with TOS Lotians. That would make sense based on the design. It does kind of have a runabout style-y look to it. And yet the pontoons, you know, it's a civilian version. Rios added them. Fine, I'm cool with that. Still doesn't look like a Star Trek ship, sorry to say. Favorite Marvel hero? Favorite Marvel hero? Honestly, I never really gave a flying fuck about Marvel. Back in the day, I was more of a DC fan. Superman, Batman, those are superheroes. Marvel was just so grounded in reality, it never appealed to me. Now that being said, Wolverine I always thought was cool. The old X-Men cartoon, loved Wolverine in that. I would have to go with Wolverine, hands down. And that includes the live-action version with Hugh Jackman. Now that we've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'd have to say Iron Man. When I first heard there was an Iron Man movie, I was like, who cares? You know, but Iron Man is fucking cool, so. Kit is a Cylon now. Well, Kit's sensor was inspired by the Cylon sensor. And funny enough, Andrew Probert, who helped design the refit Enterprise for the motion picture, or made tweaks to the design to make it his own, he designed the original series Battlestar Galactica Cylon. So he designed that helmet and stuff, so cool. John's Magnet. There's a band in Portland, Oregon called Stovacore, and yep, they plan in some homemade Klingon drag, or they play in. Okay. Hezraz, I'd like to think that the Federation has two Black Ops organizations: Section 31 for all Federation species, Vulcans included, and then the Vashar for the Vulcans, because Section 31 isn't good enough for them. Sounds like the Vulcans. SC Scout Guy, who's your favorite Spice Girl? I like this question. My favorite Spice Girl back in the day was hands down Baby Spice. Emma. Oh, Emma. Baby Spice for the win. Followed very closely, if not tying, with Ginger Spice. Redhead. Baby Spice and Ginger Spice, all the way. Right after them would be Scary Spice. Love Scary Spice, super attractive. After that would be Mel C, or Sporty Spice. And then Posh Spice is definitely last. I cannot stand Posh Spice. She's too overdone. She's too... like, I fucking hate her. I hate everything about her. So, yeah, she's definitely last on the list. Now that I'm older, though, I mean, like I said, back in the day, Baby Spice would definitely be my answer. Now that I'm older, though, I'm pushing more towards Ginger Spice or Scary Spice. Baby Spice is still super cute, but tastes change a little bit. Scary Spice is super hot. So is Ginger. It would be a very tough call. But Posh would, she could be thrown off a cliff for all I give a shit. Same with Sporty Spice. She's like, you stand over there. Hope that tells you something about my psyche. I don't know. Feargal011. La Serena reminds me of Lyran ships from Starfleet battles. Perhaps a bit of cultural appropriation. Indeed, you're absolutely right, actually. Seventh Ray, how did the Federation solve property rights on Earth given the post-money culture? How did the Picard family retain its land? And did Grandpa Sisko have to purchase his restaurant? I have no idea. I hate the questions about the economy of Star Trek because it makes no fucking sense. I don't understand economy or economics in the real world, so I can't even speak to it. So... speaking of ships, has anyone seen those Star Wars ships at Costco? Are they any good? First time hearing about it, so I need to go to Costco apparently. Terry says, yes sir, Baby Spice. XBob 3000, my favorite Spice Girl is me. GT Gamer, favorite anime. Not really an anime fan. Like back in the day, I used to have the Columbia anime collection, the Columbia House, where they send you like 1 or 2 animes a month. So I had Fist of the North Star, I had Ghost in the Shell, I had Akira. I think it's Akira. Not an anime fan. Sorry. Hezraz. They had that Harry Potter ship too. I'm just wondering because I think they are made of paper. That Harry Potter ship. What? SC Skoka, it is Jerry Halliwell for me. Well, that's Ginger Spice, so. Liz Jericho says paprika spice for him. Well played, sir. Well played. Touche. Cap, do you think we'll see some kind of reference to the Voyager crew's visit to Los Angeles in the 90s? On Prodigy? Probably not. That's my thought. It could be that it's a thing, but I kind of doubt it. Xbob 3000. I've been drinking melon liquor and Canada Dry earlier, so sorry. That's okay. It's fine. Paprika spice. The Harry Potter ship is a boat ship. Should have been less vague. The Harry Potter ship is a boat ship. Okay, so it's a boat. I still don't know what it's referring to. Not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of all the movies because my daughter Cassie is a huge fan. Grant McGregor, about the counterculture Vulcans, there's lost potential with bringing Cybok back in the Kelvin Star Trek. Yeah, I agree. JT Gamer, did you go see the new Ghostbusters? Yes, saw it tonight. Saw it tonight with Sylvia. It was fantastic. No spoilers, but it made me cry. It hit me in the feels twice. One time made me cry, and I hate that. I never cry during a movie. So, not happy. No, I thought it was fantastic. And stay till the credits are done, guys. There's an after credits scene. People see a mid-credit scene and they're like, oh, that's the after credit scene. Okay, bye. It's like, no, it's not. Stick around. Hold on, I need a drink. Be right back. I know. Dead air is not good. Relax. Still in my drink from the movies. Bigger than my head. And it's Fanta, in case anybody's wondering. Terry says, I meant in Picard Season 2 Cap, lols. Forgot to mention the show I was talking about. I forget what's the last thing you said. Oh, a reference to Voyager's trip to the 90s and Picard. Yes, I think there might be. Possibly. Because you do see the, it might even be a DS9 reference, actually. Because you do see the what are they called? The something district. So yeah, there might be something about that. Seventh Ray. I always hated the Waxana Troy episodes until I saw a DS9 episode where she bonded with Odo. I felt like that episode really grounded or humanized, betazized her and made her less over the top. Thoughts? Totally agree. Her character definitely had a progression through everything. And yes, I totally agree. Although she's quite a sad character when you think about it. She's always so bombastic and like confident, but at the same time she's not at all, and it's kind of sad. So, do you have a favorite Canadian Navy ship? No, I couldn't name one ship we have. I think we had a submarine once, but we put the screen door on it and it sank because it's Canada. So, no, I don't. Stephen W53 says, "Good evening, Captain." Good evening. By the way, guys, we're at 67 likes. I want to get to 75 likes. Can we do it? Can we do it? That's 8 more likes, I think. Math, yes, 8 more likes. Hit that like button if you haven't, if you're just joining us. Hezraz, the boat those guys came on in that competition between schools movie, the Goblet of Fire or whatever. Yeah, I remember some swimming. There was Batman, or Edward Cullen, is that his name? Sparkly, twinkly vampire boy. He was in one. They're swimming. Was that the one? Because I don't know. I don't remember a boat. They also had some stuff from The Mandalorian and some Grogu stuff. What? Costco? Cool. Where's the puggy? The puggy's right here beside me, sleeping on the couch, snoring away. She was attacking her new toy earlier on screen. She got a sloth, and she loves the sloth. But she kills the sloth. Greetings, Captain. How would you feel about a crossover between Lower Decks and Prodigy? Could be done. I mean, Lower Decks takes place a few years before Prodigy, so I think it'd be awesome. But who would transition to what format? Which would be CG, you know, which would Lower Decks go to the CG Prodigy style, or would it be the other way around? Probably Prodigy going to the animated style of Lower Decks would be my guess. But yes, I'd like to see that. Did you wear that Trekkie shirt at the movie? Yes, I did. General Grievous, Loxana Troy is over the top to hide her sadness inside. She went through a lot of crap in her life. Yes, absolutely. Alphonse Zucker, do you play or have you played Star Trek Online? Yes, we have a Team Trekyards fleet, and I play sometimes. I just don't play as often as I'd like to, for multiple reasons. Just don't have the time. Generally, I've done some live streams of playing it. I do enjoy it, but I usually just fly my ship around. I don't even really do missions much anymore. I'll team up with, or not team up, but I'll play against my brother in some ship battles occasionally, but I don't really play as much as I'd like to. But yes, I have played it. The Loxana Troy is pretty sad when you think of it. Yeah, I think that was the one. I have only seen each movie once, so I barely remember two. There you go. Canada's Navy has a proud history of punching way above its weight. The conditions those guys had to put up with in the North Atlantic in World War II was terrible. Welcome to Canada. Military is not what we do well. Although that being said, our fighter pilots are the best trained in the world. Much more so than the U.S. pilots. You don't get me wrong, U.S. pilots are great, but for the number of pilots we have, we can afford to train them all like Top Gun quality training. So our fighter pilots are the best in the world. Unfortunately, our equipment's not the best in the world, so we still have the F-18, but we don't have many of them. I'm a Marvel fan. Can you give me direction of where to start Superman and Batman in comics? Not really. I was never a comic fan per se. Just as superheroes go, I always preferred DC just because they look like superheroes. They felt like more garish, I guess. Marvel just seemed all too grounded in, like, you know, mutants and I don't know. It's hard to explain. I was never really a comic collector of those, so I can't really tell you where to start. Sorry. I was wondering how fast ship in Star Wars are compared to Trek without hyperdrive. I don't know. That would be something we'd have to research and look into. I think Eric Henry could probably do a really good video on that. He's big into Star Wars stuff and Star Trek, and he always does fantastic videos where he figures out warp speeds and things like that. So he would be the person to talk to about that. I think he did make a video where he mentioned that hyperdrive, depending on the size of the hyperdrive, is much faster than warp. So, yeah. Kevin Scott says, here to support. Hit that like button. We did hit our 75 likes because we're at 77, so that's awesome. So thank you so much, guys. I can't believe the new episode of Discovery revealed the Canadian blood ritual. I know, right? It's a secret. We use maple syrup, though. How did the Enterprise 1701 go through so many refits? What do you mean, how did it go through? Don't include the disco prize. There's no way the ship went from the size of, to upscaled to what Pike's Enterprise was in disco, to downscaled to the size it is in, that's just stupid. So, because there was the cage version, there was the first Where No Man Has Gone Before version, there was the production version, which is all of TOS, except for Where No Man Has Gone Before. And then it was going to go to the Phase 2 version, which, according to Star Trek New Voyages, it did. And then it got refitted to the refit version, and then it got blown up, or self-destructed, so. It's like the B-52 Strato Fortress, I think that's it, that keeps getting, you know, new avionics and stuff put in and has like 100 years service history, or service life. Just keeps upgrading the equipment. So I don't know, we should do a video on the refit history of the Enterprise. I think that'd be very interesting, actually. Stuart, the Royal Canadian Air Force actually flies some of the lowest hours of all of NATO. They can't afford to put the flight hours on their Hornets because they're so old. Yes. How would you rank the new Ghostbusters with the others? It's by far, I'd say the original Ghostbusters, then Ghostbusters Afterlife, then Ghostbusters 2. Actually, before Ghostbusters 2, I would put the Ghostbusters video game that they did a few years ago. So, Ghostbusters, Afterlife, video game, Ghostbusters 2. There are no other ones. Maple syrup. Matt says, I'm half Canadian, so I do have a little maple syrup running through my body. Or running through my blood. Do you? You're half Canadian? I didn't know that. Prove to me you're half Canadian. Tell me you're Canadian without telling me you're Canadian. At least they don't know about the second ritual at age 30 in the dead of winter. Space 1999 season 1 or 2 best. No, never watched them. General Grievous, look up Lee Majors if you want an interesting read on what one of the one-eyed French-Canadian commando who captured 93 German soldiers during a battle in World War II. Was also a sniper. Leo Major. There you go. I thought you said Lee Majors, and I'm like, what? At Matt Boardman, the one where they sew a bunch of maple leaves together, wrap it around you, and then set it on fire, you mean? Dun dun dun. Seventh Ray, I always find it amazing how the TNG episode Darmok is just Picard learning to communicate in memes. Short, culturally referential phrases. Yeah, before memes existed. So, there's that. Matt Boardman, yep. My mom is Canadian. She was born and raised in Toronto. I'm like an hour and a half from Toronto. Canada has some pretty awesome war stories. Yes. Spaceman 20. If you do decide to do a video on the refits of the Enterprise 1701, you please do it after Strange New Worlds comes out. I would presume they would adjust the Enterprise's design at least once more. The problem is that Enterprise is the Disco Prize, which is twice the size of the TOS Enterprise. So it really, those would kind of be ignored. Those would be like, we would add those at the end of the video or something anyway, because there's no way they could be part of the Prime Enterprise lineage. Sorry. I'm just ignoring the 1701 skill differences for the sake of sanity. Refits are easy. TMP reference, or TMP refit was a bit much, but I love her. Well, that was stripped right down to the the structure and rebuilt essentially, but it's kept the main skeleton of the ship there, so it was technically the same ship. So I have no problem with the refit, and you can't just ignore the sizing issues for sanity's sake and say, oh, it's fine. It's fine that it's that big. It's fine. We'll give them a pass on that. No, that's not how that works. It's not Prime. Simple. Kevin Scott, you can watch Space 1999 on YouTube for free. Very influential on Star Wars. Very good. I will check it out. My brothers used to watch it when I was younger. I just never really got into it. I've seen like a few episodes, but I remember a lot of eagles crashing for some reason. So, and I hate the eagle design, by the way. Unpopular opinion, I know, but the eagle design's garbage. It's practical, makes sense. It's very real world, but like I said, I don't like real world space stuff, so just don't care for it. Technically, Captain, I think the memes have probably existed all throughout history. At the very least, look at political cartoons. Yeah, well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Matt Borman, we used to have to drive through your city on the way to Michigan to Toronto. Not really through my city, past my city. And you would be taking the 401, which literally is a minute and a half drive that way. Like we're right on this edge of the city, right by the 401, so. Is okay to just consider Disco, Picard, Lower Decks, etc. part of the JJ verse, not Prime. I wouldn't call them JJ verse. I'd call the Disco, the Discovery stuff, the Disco verse. It could be Kelvin-ish. It could fit in there, but I prefer to have it. It's another one. It's another reality. Have you spoke with John Eves about the size discrepancy on the Disco Prize? Yes. It was never supposed to be any bigger than the Enterprise should be. But the final design that he signed off on also had straight struts. And then the visual effects guys were like, I don't care if that's the final one that he signed off on, we're going to change the struts to be swept back. So when John saw it on screen for the first time, he's like, that's not my design. So he was kind of annoyed. So yeah, the size was never really talked about, even though on screen, in an episode, on a display screen, on the Disco Bridge, it has the correct size and lengths from the Franz Joseph Technical Manual. We did a video on it. And we're like, yes, the size is right. Yeah. And then Eaglemoss comes along and puts out a book and says that the size is different. And it's like, what? Excuse me? Pardon me? What happened? How's that possible? Terry, I agree. Yes, it's the Discoverse. Yeah. What do you like better? Original series Enterprise Cage version, where No Man Has Gone Before version, or movies version or Disco Prize? It's a toss-up between the original series Enterprise and the refit. Not a fan of the Cage version. I like this. I like things going on in the Bizarre Collectors, and the spikes don't really do it for me. And the back of the nacelles that are in where No Man Has Gone Before, with the holes in them, not a fan of that. I prefer the half sphere. Ensign Ricky throws in $5. First super chat of the night. Thank you very much, Ensign Ricky. Sup, Cap. Hope all is well. Just seen the new Disco Enterprise, and it was meh. All right. Prodigy has been kind of meh, too. Ghostbusters Afterlife was dope, though. It was fucking amazing. Yeah. Prodigy's been amazing. I've really been digging the Prodigy. I'm really enjoying it, so. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to call it there. I know some people are just joining, but this was just an impromptu live. It was a little bit later than normal, so I need to get the ball rolling here and get to bed and stuff. So thank you for joining me. I just felt like talking. I just hot off the heels of watching Ghostbusters Afterlife and thought it was fantastic. So as I said from the beginning, no spoilers, but stay till the end of the credits. There is a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. You need to see them both. Everyone left the theater. Everyone. Me and Sylvia were the only ones in the theater. And it was good to see. So keep that in mind. So thank you to everyone who's joined me. It's been fun to just chatting. I'm super tired. I don't know if you can tell, but hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's see how high we can get those, and I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll probably be doing a live tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure yet, but stay tuned, and we'll talk soon, I guess. So thank you for joining me, and have yourselves a great night, guys.